This device in my hand costs less than 200,000 naira. So let's talk about it. There's a version of this video where we talk just about the specs, the display, the battery, the megapixels, the camera, all of that. But you've probably seen that video 100 times. And while we will still talk about those things, the specs in this video later on, spending a few days with this phone, I think that there's more to this device than just the spec sheet. So Infinix put a dedicated AI button on the budget device and built some really cool use cases around it. With the state of the current AI and the integration of AI in pretty much everything, I was slightly skeptical about this phone and the AI button. Now that AI seems to be in everything, most companies seem to be adding it to their devices and platforms just for the sake of adding it. So I decided to say, what did Infinix actually do with the HOT 70 here? And what did they offer in terms of the AI, and why a dedicated AI button? After a few tests, I have to say that I was quite impressed by the amount of thought that has gone into these features. So that will be the main perspective that this video is from. It's not just a here's what this phone can do, but here is how this phone may blow your mind or not. You never know. All right, without further ado, let's get to it. On the right side of this very fun looking device, you'll find the orange button that really stands out. It is called the One Tap AI button, and as the name implies, all you need is one tap of the button to get things rolling. All you need is one tap. All you need is one love. All you need is one. All you need is one. When you tap the button, the AI will read whatever is on your screen and act on it depending on what it sees. There are three main functions that I found useful, and we're going to talk about them. If the AI recognizes a date, time, or event on the screen, it will instantly create a calendar invite and fill in all the details on your behalf. This is really useful since you don't have to solely depend on your memory to keep track of important events. You just have one button tap, but that also means that getting everything recorded takes about 30 to 60 seconds. That's about a minute, and it should work about the same way for contacts. Say you have a photo of a business card, for instance, or a flyer. You can use the flash memo button to save the contact. The AI will analyze the image and find the name and the contact details of the person and then save it automatically without you having to lift the finger. Well, you kind of have to lift the finger to do the thing. You have to press the button. You can analyze an image of jollof rice, which is quite normal, expected. You can get details of your product. And the final use case, which I think is just perfect, is the email address function. So just like the other two, if you have an email on screen and you would like to reach out to the email, you have to send an email without copying and pasting the email, and you can just tap the AI button once. It will detect the email, and the recipient portion of that email will be pre-filled. So you just need to compose your email very quickly. These were really cool features to use in real time for the first time, and the best part is that it doesn't just all disappear when you're done. So no need to fear if you miss something. Infinix added this thing called the AI Mind Hub that captures and stores everything that you analyze with the flash memo. This way, if you would like to just save some information for later, you can, and then just go back to the flash memo and see everything. Infinix just managed to replace tasks that you would have typically required like 4 steps to complete with one button. And I found that really cool. The only thing that would have made this perfect would have been that you could, if you could access the memo directly through the camera. So for example, if I'm out and I want to see an event, I would just open my camera, tap the AI button, analyze what my camera is looking at, and act accordingly. Unfortunately, we do not have that right now. If you tap the AI button while your camera is open, it will merely take a photo. Then you would have to go into your gallery and tap the AI button for the analysis to begin. Like, that feels stressful a bit. Still though, it is a pretty impressive feature that works on photos taken with the camera. It works on screenshots, it works on web pages, it works on live content on the screen, it works on WhatsApp messages and emails. You can even automatically add things like exam dates directly to your calendar from your phone, from your timetable. But there is more to this button as well. So let's talk about the long pressing of this button, the AI long press. When you long press the One Tap AI button on the Infinix HOT 70, it is a whole different experience. This time, you get to use Infinix's native AI assistant called Folax. And the capabilities here, they caught my attention. Thankfully, Infinix is keeping up with the times and making sure that Folax is beyond just a voice assistant. You now get an assistant that can work with whatever is on the screen, But the main difference is, between this and the flash memo, which we just talked about, is that you get to interact with the AI directly about whatever it is you have on screen. Again, I still wish that this worked directly with the camera, where we can just hold the AI button and activate the AI with the camera, while the camera is pointed at something. To use the AI right in the camera, you have the option of using Google Lens at the top left of the screen in the camera app. Here, you can now do the AI related things directly with Google and with the camera, and leverage Gemini Live and all that good stuff. But I want you to keep this in mind. I want to keep that in mind that this may not work if your phone is locked. So you have to unlock your phone to access Google Lens. It's just a little thing I found out. So let's assume you come across a foreign menu, for instance, like a math problem, or just information that you would like to learn more about. You can activate the assistant and ask it questions about what you have on screen, and you get real-time responses, even real-time translations. One of the pretty interesting features of the AI assistant is that you can choose from a list of 5 different AI models. You can choose which one you want to use for that conversation. You get access to Folax, obviously, and then you get access to DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, Meta AI, and Grok, all natively on your device. This is less than 200K. I also like that it made the AI capable of performing cross-app actions. It can also search for locations for you. It can make calls and share images with your contacts if you need to. All things considered, the real kicker with these features is that these are often features that you would expect on more expensive devices. As I mentioned earlier, there were concerns about whether the AI tools were actually useful, but also about the execution of these guys. Will they work? So far, it passed everything that I had thrown at it exactly the way they described, with the exception of contacts a little bit, business cards. And if you thought all of these things were already great, there's still more. There's more. Well, the usual AI things that we've come to expect with smartphones in 2026 are here. Apart from all the stuff that comes with using the dedicated AI button on the side of this phone, I like that it is not just an excuse to skip AI features like AI Studio Eraser. In fact, according to Infinix, the version of AI Eraser on the HOT 70 is new and improved. So if you have an object or a person in your image that you would like to remove in the edit, you can just select it and remove it like it was never there, and it will fill it with something else. This is how that looked. Then there's the AI extender tool, which we saw something earlier at Apple's latest event. Same both things, but you get it here. And this is supposed to be a budget device, and it works. So the next time you take a photo that we showed a little more in the frame, go to the AI extender and do your thing. By the way, I really liked how intuitive it is. It already has presets for how many percent of extension that you would like to add to the image, while preserving the aspect ratio of the image, so you don't do more damage than good to the image. I was really impressed by how functional most of these AI tools were on the Infinix HOT 70. It's not a lot, but it's functional. At the same time, when AI is in everything, at this price point, it's important that we're not just getting AI for the sake of AI. There's purpose to pretty much every AI tool that you're getting here, and not to the point where it is overwhelming or easy to forget. All right, now that we've seen what I consider the really interesting stuff of the Infinix HOT 70, let's talk about the main stuff. First off, Infinix give you everything that you need for this device right out of the box. You get a phone case, you get a Type-C wired headphone, and it looks nice. You get a charging cable, the 45-watt charging brick. It is already an interesting experience, even before you unwrap the device. Like, a lot is here already. The device itself comes in what Infinix is calling Quiet Violet. Quiet. There's a bunch of stuff explained about how they achieve it, but I really like how the back of the device interacts with the light. And can I just say that it is quite funny that smartphones in the budget range, they are often the ones that go all out with design. They put in a lot of effort in design, a lot of effort in customizations that this can do. There are color options that have their own cool effects, like the thermal orange color of this same phone, for instance. It interacts with hotter temperatures and changes color in a way that you could turn to the back of your phone and make it look like a canvas, and you can write stuff on it. I actually saw some pretty cool photos of these online. Shout out to Infinix. The camera bump also has its unique touch with how it refracts light and changes color depending on the angle of the phone. Overall, it's a really cool phone. I like the color, I like the design, and I like color options that are available. I also like how they create contrast with this orange AI button. It really stands out in a cool way. And I feel like I've said cool a lot in this video, but I really like how these features are, like how they are on this phone and the price. With that being said, let's now address what I think are some of the most standout features of the Infinix HOT 70. The first thing is the battery and charging. You are getting 6,000 milliamp hours of battery, which is just wild. During our use, the device kept running until we decided to actually drain the battery to perform a charging test. I think it's a really solid battery here, and you do not have to worry about the device leaving you stranded. 6,000 milliamp hours is a lot, and if you kill it, that's kind of on you. I think this is a device that you should be able to charge up fully and head out for the day without worrying about your phone dying while you're out. Charging is also a slight surprise at 45 watts. In the budget category, I think it's a solid charging option. And during our test, it took 35 minutes to go from 0 to 54%, and then it got fully charged in 1 hour and 10 minutes. Up next, the build quality. The Infinix HOT 70 is rated IP65, which means that it is fully dust-proof, but it can take some water jet, some pressure from water jets. The drop resistance is also rated at 1.5 meters. This means that regardless of what you throw at this device, it should hold up perfectly. I would always advise it is important to keep your devices safe. Avoid intentionally testing these features, please. I've actually dropped this once mistakenly, and I didn't see any dent on it, thankfully. Don't drop your phone. But we're glad that it's there. 1.5 meters of drop is there. You also get a pretty decent camera on here. 50 megapixels on the rear, 8 megapixels on the front. The photos, they came out pretty clear depending on the lighting condition. Thanks to the 50 megapixel sensor, you get really sharp photos. I took photos at 1x and 2x of a person, me, and the regular AI cam. They turned out okay with some slightly overblown highlights. And this is more noticeable in portrait mode, where you can see this at the top. And you can also see some noticeable cutout there as well. It is still usable. The photos of objects and nature are fine, and I didn't have much complaints here. Selfies, also pretty clean based on the photos that we took. In low light, this is what you get. We took a shot with the screen's soft ring light turned on. The front-facing flash, yes, this has a front-facing flash, and we took a photo with no light, and the computational photography really works over time here. I think Infinix deserves some credit for this one. And this is what a video from the Infinix HOT 70 looks like at 2K 30 frames per second. Let me know what you guys think about this video quality as well as sound quality in the comments below. And then what I think is the perfect icing on the proverbial cake of everything that we've seen so far is the future-proofing of the device, that in the future-proofing that Infinix offers. You're getting 3 years of Android updates, which means that this device will receive updates up to Android 19, which is great. You also get 5 years of security patches to make sure that your device is secure until you need to change it in 5 years, maybe. All right, let's now address the other specs that will determine if this device is for you or not. The display of the Infinix HOT 70 is a 6.78-inch LCD HD display, 700 nits of peak brightness, 120 Hz refresh rate, which is not the most mind-blowing display spec sheet that you will find, but it does the job. When you're watching content, the display does a good job of translating the quality of the content. So if you're watching really high quality videos like this video right now, the LCD display does not affect your experience as much. It does show that it is not the highest quality display when you first turn it on. Our videos on YouTube are 4K, and the highest you can watch video here on YouTube is 1440p, not 4K. And you can't watch HDR content, at least on YouTube, but you can watch videos at 60 frames per second on YouTube, which is fine. Oh, and yes, a lot of you pointed it out in your unboxing video that the bezels were quite pronounced on this guy, and they are, especially at the bottom. I really wish it was slightly thinner, but thankfully it doesn't feel as intrusive when you start using the device consistently. I actually didn't even notice it until you guys mentioned it. When it comes to performance, you're getting the MediaTek Helio G100 Ultimate chip with Android 16. And for this particular review unit, we have 128 gigabytes of storage, 4 gigabytes of base RAM. And if you want to extend the RAM, you can extend it by 2 gigabytes, bringing it to a total of 6 gigabytes. With all that being said, this is not a lightning fast device. This combination of specs means that it is just enough to not feel slow, and there are a few things that take a little longer than usual to load up. So if you are used to more flagship level performance, you will really notice things running slightly slower. Still, I did not find any drag or lag during regular use and navigation. I know what you guys pointed out earlier in the unboxing. The 120Hz refresh rate also plays a role in keeping all the motion smooth and fluid. Oh, and there's also something special which we've been seeing a lot on Infinix phones, the halo light. It is here, it is nice. It comes on when there's like calls, when you're gaming, when you're charging the phone, and when the battery is low, it will flash. If all those things are turned on, it is nice, you know, especially when your phone is face down, you get some visual alerts from the back of the phone. Pretty cool stuff, pretty nice. Anyway, all of this brings us to the big question. Should you buy the Infinix HOT 70? Well, it is 189,700 naira for this 128GB storage, 4GB variant here, and 299,900 naira for the 256GB version, 6GB of RAM. There is no straightforward answer to this question. This phone offers a lot of features. I talked about them. They are not generally common in this budget category of devices, especially with the AI stuff and the other spec stuff that are pretty impressive. So it actually comes down to whether these features are features that you will enjoy using. If you don't enjoy using them, that's not a question. I'd like to hear from you though in the comment section below. Does the Infinix HOT 70 offer enough features to justify the price tag? Leave a comment below. I'll be right there chatting with you guys. And if you're looking for something higher up in the hierarchy, if you want to, get a higher Infinix phone, you may want to check out our Infinix Note 60 Pro review and that we made right here. Click here to watch it. I'll see you guys in that video.